and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yvette and I am part of the SheetLoad creative team. Today, some of my teammates and I will be participating in a SheetLoad rewind along with Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Owl channel. If you'd like to see what each of the team members has created, I will have a link to a playlist in the description box below. Now, we are rewinding to the November 2021 sketch and supply list. Now, this was a special edition, so this is to use your 6x6 paper. Now, as a reminder, this sketch is currently in the vault. However, because we are rewinding to this sketch, it will be available to Alicia's subscribers for a limited time. So let me show you what I did. I had so much fun with this sketch, so I used a couple of different pattern papers to make some cards. So I used this Recollections Christmas paper pad from 2024, and I used this older Doodlebug Night Before Christmas paper pad. Also used some of the images and sentiments from the Winter Celebration Critters kit from Sassy's LLC. Now, this was a special edition, but she has a ton of free printables, which include digital paper, sentiments, digital images, lots of fun goodies. Now, I'll be sure to link to Sassy's LLC in the description box as well. But let me show you, here's some cards I'm going to finish with you, but I'm going to show you the ones I did already. So these three are the cards I made using that Doodlebug paper, and these three are the cards I made using that Recollections paper. Now you'll see I went a little bit different with the sketch in that I didn't do, she had like a pile of twine behind the sentiment here, and I didn't do that because I'm never happy with the little twine piles I make. So I decided to cut one of the images from that set from Sassy's LLC, and I layered it on a stitch circle as well, and then I just did a little bow using some baker's twine I had in my stash. So I think it turned out great like that. I also added a few embellishments. So here I added some snowflakes. Here I added some enamel dots. So I kind of changed it up on a couple of them, but I think they turned out so cute. And then with a leftover strip of paper, because there is one strip left over, I use that for the inside of my cards. So you'll see I did that on all 6 of these cards. Now, I am going to show you how to put these cards together. I cut all my papers ahead of time, but I wanted to show you real quickly how I put 1 or 2 together. So here's my little snowflake embellishments, and here I have all my bits and pieces. Now, this paper is also part, or this pattern paper is also part of that Winter Celebration Critters kit. So I printed a couple of those digital papers, and I think they're so cute. I do think I need to do some kind of cleanup on my printer because it's not printing as vibrantly as it usually does, but I'll take care of that soon enough. So I'm going to put that extra strip on the inside, and then this other piece that's the 4 by 5 1/4 piece, I'm going to go ahead and layer that onto my card panel. Do my best to center it here, get a nice even white border around it. I use the same red cardstock for my layers that I did in the other 6 cards. I just thought it'd be easier to go with using up some scraps of red that I had in my stash for all of my cards. Now these cards are going to be added to my stash for my holiday card giveaway or donation. I donate holiday cards to a skilled nursing facility every year, and approximately 400 to 500 depending on how many residents they have at the time. This year's cards are already done. In fact, I will be taking them next week or delivering them next week. So these cards are going to be part of my next year's donation. Okay, so I added these strips here, and then this will go over that right there. Let me add that first. And I love being able to rewind. Sometimes I forget, you know, go grab those older sketches and make some cards. So this reminds me to take a peek at what I have, because I do download and print all the sketches as they come out, and I have a binder that holds all of them, but I forget to grab that binder and use it. So if you do the same, don't forget to go grab your older stuff and take a peek and use it. Now here, because this is going over a couple of layers of cardstock, I am going to add some scraps of white paper. So these are scraps from those strips that I cut, these sentiment strips, when I cut them down. So I think I can add these. I want to make sure they're the right length though. So this one has that little angle cut, so it'll be perfect for this side. And then I'll just do this with a little bit of liquid glue. And I am going to put 2 layers here because we're going over 2 layers of paper. I want to make sure I'm at the right location. Yeah, that'll work. And this one says, "Oh dear, it's Christmas," which is perfect because I'm adding a little deer image. Isn't that cute? Okay. And then this one, I believe, I'm going to pop it up on foam tape like I did my others. So let me grab my little roll of foam tape here. Little. And we'll add that to the back. And I think that just helps give it some dimension and interest. Not that it's not interesting all on its own, but I just want to add a little bit more. Done. Okay, why don't I finish those other 2 cards real quick, and then I'll show you all 9 cards. Alrighty friends, we've got our 9 cards done. So here are the 3 that I made using the digital papers from Sassy's LLC. And then here are the 3 that I made using that Recollections pattern paper from Michaels. And then last but not least, here are the 3 that I made using some Doodlebug paper that I had in my stash, friends. Oh my goodness, I love these cards. Isn't it funny how different papers can just bring a different feeling to cards? Now I did use the little images on all of them are all from that Winter Celebration Critters collection or Critters kit. And the digital paper here is also from that kit. And the sentiments are all from the kit. And you'll notice on this one, Let me bring it up. I doubled up the sentiment because the first part says, Party Penguin says, and then I added happiest holiday wishes. So there's our little party penguin. And then this one, oh dear, it's Christmas. Here's a little deer. And then happy squeaking holidays for the little mouse. So I kind of just looked through the sentiments that came in that kit and tried to get sentiments that went with a little image. And I think they turned out great. And these images went great with a doodlebook paper too. Look, they're nice, colorful little images that go great with the doodlebook paper. And these Santa ones and the little moose with the Santa hat, I just think they all coordinated beautifully. So you could always mix and match your papers, sentiments, images, and make them work. You just kind of got to remember to go and grab the stuff in your stash. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.